What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. I hope you are having an amazing day, and in today's video I'm going to be showing you a quick review of the One UI on our Galaxy S7 and the S7 Edge. So this One UI has been ported from the Note FE, which have been not yet updated on the One UI, but developers somehow caught the firmware and have now finally ported it on our Galaxy S7 and the S7 Edge. Well, there is still no word that when the Galaxy S7 will actually get the One UI update. From my answer would be probably never, cause S7 has already done its 2-year API upgrade. That's probably what Samsung gives with the flagship devices, and then again One UI is actually built for the bigger phones. But Note FE got it. Note is a pretty big phone, to be honest, even though it was a 16:9 aspect ratio, and then again Note FE is not as the same timeline as the Galaxy S7, cause Note 7 just we all know what happened to it, and then again Note FE was released with the Galaxy A7, so it was actually shipped out with Android Nougat, so it got its 2 upgrades, and then again we have now ported right over here. Now there are some bugs over here right now, but they are not that annoying that you can't actually use this as a daily driver. But let's just take a look. So this is your home screen, completely looks new over here, as you can see. If you're bored with the typical Samsung experience, then again if you just explore the apps, the performance is pretty on par. There are some GPU glitches over here which are just completely weird, cause Note FE and Galaxy S7 are completely the same phones, but still there are some camera glitches over here and there. And also the developer has now completely removed game services, game tools and game optimizer through the ROM, cause it's also giving some serious issues which would be fixed in the future. But then again apps are just looking pretty fine. As you can see, the UI is very colorful and plainer than before. Complete material UI adaptation. Then again this is your recent apps panel, completely like Android Pie. Then again if you want recently used apps over there, you can always go to the settings, customization services. Pretty weird over there. But if you want to open the app in the multi window or just get more info about it, app info, split screen, pop-up view, well, yeah, we do actually miss the hold for multi-window, but now you can always just do this two-step thing in order to use your split screen just like that. I mean, it's not completely removed, but now takes 2 stages. Again, this is your newer Bixby Home over here. Let's just set it up. There you go. Comes with much bigger cards, as you can see, and it's completely fluid, to be honest. Looks pretty cool. Then again if you go through the apps, pretty deep loader ROM over here. You do get a separate app for screen recording over here, which is again great. It instantaneously just starts recording over there. You also get a toggle for it, but let's just pause it right there. And then again if you just go through another app such as even camera, now the camera UI is completely updated over here. You now get a swipe based UI just like the Pixel phones. Again the UI looks a bit bugged, but this is what you get on the 16:9 aspect ratio. Again pro mode and some of the other modes are just completely broken over here. As you can see, they are actually going to be fixed in upcoming weeks. We will just see what developer does, but selective focus works. Then again normal photo mode works, video mode, yep, works over there, slow motion and hyperlapse. Okay, slow motion still works, which is again pretty great, to be honest. Again you can use your favorite Gcam with portrait mode working over here, cause it's Android Pie. All the Hull 3 stuff just works great. Same goes to the front camera, wide selfie, oh, works. There you go, front camera just completely works over here. Pretty great over there. Again UI nothing much, you get Bixby widget and stickers over there. I actually miss the zoom slider over here. They have just completely removed it. But then again coming back even to the gallery, if you go over here, you only have a recycle bin over here. Now if you just turn it on, you have a recycle bin which will actually store your photos for 15 days over here, which is again great. This has been like added into iOS devices like forever. Now Samsung has finally adapted onto it, which is pretty great. Then again you have more apps like settings. We will just take a look at later on. You have clock. Again if you just set an alarm, it will tell you over here how much time is left in order to ring it. Pretty good over there. You completely miss out on the swipe based UI over here. You have to just tap everything, which is again easy of access, but I just love to swipe around. Then again if you just go to calendar, again a very plain UI. As you can see, it's much more informative than before. Again it's fitting pretty good over here, to be honest. You have calculator, S-Voice, My Files, Galaxy Store, just normal stuff. Again you can always download all the One UI apps from the Galaxy Store, and then other UI elements you still get your normal power menu with the blur and stuff. Again Galaxy Note Fan Edition over here, pretty weird. Bring down the quick settings panel. These are your notifications. Again you can snooze them and do all other stuff what Android Pie provides. Again just dismiss them right over here. These are your toggles. You can expand it right over here. Now this might look a lot because it takes up your whole screen, but trust me, it's much more cleaner. Then again you have more toggles over here. Well, I guess the more toggles over here are the night mode, which I will talk about later on, the record screen, and pretty much everything is just the same. Yep, you don't get anything extra over here. Well, let's just close it and hop on to the settings app. Again, the app opening times are pretty cool. Like, let's just close everything, tap it, pretty fast. Now let's just explore some settings. Scrolling down, going to the notifications, you get your status bar options over here, such as percentage and stuff, which was earlier into the display. Then again, if you go to the display, you have adaptive brightness. You can always reset the patterns for it, blue light filter, and a night mode. Yep, much awaited night mode you can now finally use on your Galaxy S7 or the S7 Edge. And trust me, it actually adds up almost an hour to your battery life. And again, all the apps just turn completely black over here with a grayish tint. Looks pretty great. Those who have a black S7 Edge, white just looks much more cleaner. Then again, you have screen mode, which works much more better than before, like AMOLED cinema, AMOLED photo. Like, these features are now worth it, to be honest. If you have any kind of tint issue, then again, normal screen resolution, timeout, home screen, edge screen, nothing has been added over here. It's just pretty much all the same stuff. Edge panel is having a bit of a issue over here. If you can see, it just lags horribly if you just drag it out for the first time. Like, if you can see over here, I'm actually recording in 60 fps, so you might not notice it, but yep, it's extremely laggy. But once you pull it up, there is no lag. All the panels just work great. Now the developer has actually added GPU libraries from the Pi, but still it has to be worked on a bit. Then again, you have edge lighting, nothing much over there. Scrolling down, nothing has been added over here. So going down, lock screen, you have lock screen type over here. Rather than being into the security, you have always on display, pretty much all the same stuff. But if you go to display mode, you have tap to show, which is again pretty great if you just don't want your battery to be depleted when you don't use the phone. You have show music information. Something is missing over here, I can't actually point it out. Then scrolling down, clock styles, you can choose between always on display or the lock screen, and pretty much you just get your one-sided clock over here new. Otherwise all the clocks are pretty much the same. I mean, these things are newer, but I guess they were added before. You can also use the good lock, which has been now updated for the Android Pie, works just fine over here. These are the colors for it, nothing new in that. Then again, you have roaming clock, face switches just as before. Notifications, now notifications get a bit of a new minimalized icon over there, which I really do love, rather than just being displayed on your lock screen and just ruining your wallpaper. And just once you hand out your phone to someone, it's just much more cleaner to look at. Also get your older one over here, like I just explained. Then again, brief, which is just brief, the dumbest one, and the icon only, which is the newer one. Looks pretty clean, to be honest. Then again, app shortcuts as before. Scrolling down, you have biometrics and security. Over here you have irises, which don't actually work, of course. You have fingerprints, which do actually work. And if you want face unlock, it's not actually over here. You have to just go to smart lock once you set up your fingerprint scanner, and you have to just roll in trusted faces over there. It's not the most secured option, that's why I'm not even like showing you guys, but yep, you do get options for that. And then going down to the advanced features, you don't have pretty much anything added over here. If you go to motions and gestures, there is not even lift up display over here, which has been added onto like almost all the A series phones and all the S series phone on the One UI, but there is nothing like that over here, which is pretty disappointing. And like, I love that feature on my Galaxy S10 Plus, but then again, dual messenger, video enhancer, reduce animations if you are just getting sick of it. I mean, phone like works much faster like this, to be honest, but seriously, I love my animations. So let's just enable it back, and then nothing has been added. So going back, you have device care. Again, in device care, there are some Android Pie features added over here, such as, for example, adaptive battery. I mean, it helps a lot, to be honest, when it comes to the battery consumption settings, but you already have it enabled over here, so nothing to do by default. Then RAM and stuff just pretty much the same. Then again, you don't even get digital well-being over here, which is actually this thing. Well, look at the display comparison where Samsung has come like from 3 years. Damn. But this is basically digital well-being. You can actually track down all the apps and unlocks you have done in one day. Then again, you have wind down, which basically just grayscales your complete phone. So it's much more easier if you're reading something or just going through your emails or text. Pretty handy stuff, but nothing like that on the Galaxy S7 Edge, cause the Note if it doesn't get it. Then again, if you go to the general management, if you just go through your normal keyboard, the keyboard now gets this thing which was earlier available, might not be in all the countries, but now you can quickly switch between your toggles or predictive text, which is pretty handy, to be honest. Then again, you have text editing over here and also modes for it, which could be floating, one-handed, and of course your normal text editor like the cursor. Pretty great addition by Samsung. Then again, going to the about phone section, you have Android version 9, Pie, I seriously don't know what's happening right now, but my electricity is kind of fluctuating. So sorry for the lighting, but there you go. Android Pie right over here. This is not the newer Easter egg cause this is not the latest version of the Android Pie. I seriously don't know what companies are doing and not adapting on it. Like even Xiaomi is not using the latest base, but Samsung is very far on it. Like this is literally the first base of Android Pie, which would be the PPR1. So it has some of the bugs from the first base of Android Pie, but we can't actually complain it because Samsung actually patches it time to time. And then again, 1 year version 1.0, not the 1.1 from the Galaxy S10 Plus. And yeah guys, that's pretty much it for the quick review of One UI on your Galaxy S7 and the S7 Edge. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you want the installation video which would be coming up soon, please subscribe down there, and see you guys in the next one. Peace.